Good afternoon, or it's good morning today. We are continuing with PO60. PO60 is I can simplify algebraic expressions. We worked on combining those like terms and understanding how important it is that we pay attention and only combine the terms that are similar. X's combined with X's, Y's combined with Y's, constants combined with constants. So we have to be very specific on which ones we combine. Today, we're going to learn how to do the distributive property when we simplify our expressions. We have talked about this, we've touched on it as we've done it in Khan Academy. So I've briefly introduced this. We're going to go a little deeper into it. Please stop talking. So our distributive property would be A with the parentheses, B plus C. So that's what we're starting with those parentheses. And we're going to distribute that A throughout our parentheses. What operation are we doing when there is a number or a variable outside of a parentheses? James?
Multiplication.
They don't put that multiplication symbol there, but it means we are multiplying. So in order to take away those parentheses, we're going to multiply our whatever's on the outside. It's a number, it's a variable. We're going to multiply it through to the inside. So we're going to take that A and we're going to multiply it to the B. We're going to take the A and we're going to multiply it to the C. You multiply what's on the outside through to every term that's on the inside. That's how we can take away parentheses. So it's going to look like this. AB plus AC. Because we're multiplying that A with the B. We're multiplying the A with the C. And that operation in the middle stays the same. So we were adding in the middle here, so we're going to have that adding there. So you're just taking what's on the outside of the parentheses. That's being multiplied, not everything on the outside of the parentheses, just what is being multiplied with the parentheses, and you're going to multiply it through. So let's see what this looks like. We're going to practice some together. And it says, pay attention to the signs. So we're going to see what that means. So if we have 8, parentheses, n plus 7, we're going to multiply that 8 times the n. We're going to keep our operation the same. And then 8 times the 7. 8 times 7 is 56. So this is our final answer. So you're taking what's right outside of the parentheses and you're multiplying it through. So I'm going to take my 10 is outside my parentheses, and I'm going to multiply it by the first term that's inside that parentheses, 10 times n. My operation I'm going to keep the same, and then 10 times 5, which is 50. So now I have 6 times 2n. So what am I going to write down? Gus? 12n. And I have 6 times that negative 4. Aiden? It's going to become negative 24. Because that minus 4, remember, is negative. So it's 6 times the negative 4. 6 times negative 4 is a negative 24. So it's minus 24. You can say no what our next expression is going to be simplified down to. Audrey? 15n minus 55. What do you guys think?
No.
Chris?
Negative 59 minus 55.
Oh, it's negative.
It's negative 5 times 3 would be negative.
Yeah.
Now is it right?
No.
Why not, Chance?
So because there's a subtraction side, that would go with the 11, so then it would end up as a positive 55.
So we have negative 5 times negative 11. Negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, so when he says pay attention to the signs, remember if it's a minus 11, it means it's negative 11. Okay, do the next one. What do you think it might be? Okay,
Oh,
so
smelly.
yep. So
We're gonna
this
get the cameras.
this is we're starting over right now. We are done putting stuff in people's lockers. We're done with the pranks. So it starts over now. So it will not happen again, or there will be consequences. We need to be respectful of our classmates. So there will be no more of putting things in lockers. There will be no more joking when it's not a funny joke. It's not the royal way. We're done. Thumbs up if we agree. Okay. Who thinks they can tell me what our simplified expression is for this one? Alexis.
36 and
Negative 9 times plus positive 9. Minus 81. Because we have a negative times a positive. So that's a negative. So it would be minus 81. Tatum, please stop talking. It's distracting to your classmates at your table. It's distracting to me as I'm teaching. Evan. I said the operation, we're just moving down. That was my mistake for wording it that way, and I caught myself. Because these were all positives, we just moved down the addition. And you're right, I did catch myself as we were going through, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said move down that operation, because we have to pay attention to if it's multiplying positives and negatives. So if everything is a positive, we know it's going to be adding. So in the first two, everything was positives, so we just moved that down. But you are absolutely correct in catching that. We're going to look at our full term, keeping that operation with the number that comes after it, so we know if it's going to be adding or subtracting. Our next one, what do you think our expression is, Agnes? 6n minus 20. Because 2 times 3 is 6. Positive 2 to positive 3 is 6. Positive 2 times a negative 10 is a negative 20. Next one, Emmeline. So first we're going to take care of the parentheses. We're not solving anything. Because remember, we don't know what n is. So we're not solving. There's no equal sign. So we're going to do our simplifying. So yes, the first thing is we're going to simplify through the parentheses.
Negative 16 minus 56.
And then whatever comes before that 2n, we bring straight down. So you work through distributing through the parentheses. 8 times negative 2n is negative 16n. Positive 8 times a negative 7 is a negative 56. And then whatever is before, we just bring that straight down. Now what can we do? If we have 2n minus 16n minus 56, am I done? Okay. What can I simplify? I have like terms, friends. I have the positive 2n and a negative 16n. What do I do when I have like terms? Combine them. So this is what we were doing up here, or sorry, on the first page. 2n minus 16n, 2 minus 16 is negative 14n. So the first thing you do is you distribute that number through the parentheses. Then you bring down the rest of our expression so it's right where it was in the beginning. So 2n was at the front, so 2n is at the front again. So we know it's positive 2n minus 16n minus 56, and I can combine my like terms. So 2n minus 16n gives me a negative 14n. Are we with me still?
Yeah.
Okay. James?
Okay,
Yes.
should I go to the, should I just give the answer? Okay. 6 minus 12n plus 15.
So what James did was he multiplied that negative 3 to the 4n, negative 3 to the negative 5. So we brought down that 6. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12n. Negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15. So now finish us off, James.
12n plus 11 plus, so it's 2n.
So remember, here's the thing to remember. That operation stays with that term that's right after the operation. So you're right, we're going to combine the 6 and the 15. Those are our two constants. Is that 6 positive or negative?
6 is negative. Positive side.
So the 6 is positive. Is our 15 positive or negative? So that would be 21. 6 plus the 15 is 21. And is that 12 positive or negative, James?
The 12 is negative.
The 12 is a negative. So now what Chance had asked earlier, what if we did 21 minus 12n? Does it mean the same thing?
That's what I had, minus 12.
Oh, it is minus 12.
Yeah.
Negative 12 minus 12.
Yeah, but then why'd you put negative 12 and plus?
I'm writing it two different ways. Because Chance, so if you're listening, Chance asked at the beginning, does it matter if we write it in a different way? So let's check and see. So if I put a 2 in for n, let's see if we get the same answer. Negative 12 times 2 is negative 24 plus 21. Negative 24 plus 21 is 3. So now here, oh, that's a negative 3. Negative 24 plus 21 is a negative 3, right? So let's see over here, we would have 21 minus 24. 21 minus 24 is a negative 3. So we get the same answer as long as you make sure that your minuses and negatives stay together, your positives and your pluses stay together. On the test, I will accept it either way, as long as you keep your positives and negatives where they're supposed to be. That makes sense? Aiden?
How do you do one of those?
I'm sorry, what?
How do you do like simplify one of those?
So that's what we did on the front page. When they don't have parentheses, we don't have to use that distributive property. We didn't use the distributive property yesterday on the front page, so we just are combining our like terms. So what we did on the first page for PO60, what we did yesterday, you're just combining like terms. On the bottom here where we have parentheses, you're using that distributive property. Okay? So 3n plus 9n, what are we combining in? Yeah, the 3, positive 3 and positive 9. That's all we have to do. Then we get down to parentheses, then we get down to more terms with our parentheses, and we have to distribute it for the parentheses, then we have to simplify our final answer. Yeah, it's the same thing as above. So this was our learning. Yesterday we did our learning. This is the homework that combines yesterday's and today's. Okay? So all that we're doing here is the front page and the distributive property, nothing new. Okay, so all three of these rows you should be able to do. If we have questions, come see me during our work time. There's no review on this page, so we just have these three rows to work on. So for my friends at home, we hope you are well. We hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.